real Hat Boii, man. Chillbird, Alabama, man. I'm rocking with DR Premium TV, man. This the nigga that y'all saying wasn't coming home, man. I beat the murder case, man. Y'all niggas was out here playing with me, man. I told y'all I was coming home, man, on the game. Get your medulla split. I just caught a 30, it came with a cooling kit. Bro, asked what a Draker with. I brought me a new beam, put a dot on that nigga hat. Go ahead to suppress a nigga. The type to pull up and know how to address a nigga. I don't see why you flexing niggas. Don't be thinking I'm sweet, but I'm good at finessing niggas. They diamond from Africa. I been cooking up dope and I don't need a spatula. I keep fire like I'm Dracula. I'm Professor Vanessa, let's try keep it casual. And I'm drinking after this, and then I'm finna go on roller right after this. I'm with niggas that's plugged in and made it out with drop with niggas that tried with this. I'm talking about new hundreds. They thinking I'm crippin' when I'm counting blue hundreds. I steady be jugging niggas. I heard you count counterfeit. What can you use from it? You ain't talking duffel bag. I'm hanging with bosses who stacking up hella cash. They tell me I'm moving fast, cause they know I'm going for them, I'll bust your ass. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm saying recently moved to Chillbird when I was around 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? I've been in jail. I was incarcerated about 2 years. You know I'm saying, just got out like 2.5 months ago. Good Lord helped me beat a big boy case. You know what I'm saying?
How long have you been rapping? And when you say you start taking it serious?
I've been rapping for about 3, 4 years, but I just now actually started taking it serious.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. What influences would you say in the rap game that you have, and what influences you outside of the rap game? What kind of motivates you to keep going with the rap stuff?
Really, it's all about getting to a check. For real, that will motivate me. Getting what you desire. You know what I'm saying? Go reach your goal. Go beyond your goal. For real.
As far as being independent or signed to a label, which one would you be preferred? Like, I know probably getting signed like your ultimate goal, but like as far as like being independent, like how is that grind right now?
It's hard for real, you know. But at the same time, I think it's like a process of just thinking better, you know. So.
When did you start taking rap serious?
When I got incarcerated. When I really started feeling my emotions, you know.
And speaking in the rap game, what artists do you hear comparisons to that people usually tell you sound like you?
Gunna.
That's what's up. Not a bad comparison with the smooth flow. Kind of see what you be on it. So, could you describe your creative process while you recording?
I mean, I don't too much just boast, brag, you feel me? I like when people, you know what I'm saying, give me their opinion on my music. Other than that, it's not enough for me.
Okay, and were you more of like a freestyle? Like how you pick your beats? Like how do you come up with your songs usually? What's the process that goes in you doing your songs?
Act crazy on it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I be acting crazy when I freestyle. Then that'll make me just put something together. So that's what I go with.
You be like, you write a lot of your lyrics, or you just
freestyle most of the parts, but then I start writing just to put the song together. You know what I'm saying?
True. How long were you locked up? 2
years and a few months.
Talk about some of the things that you like went through or like learned about like while you were locked up.
Well, one, I learned, you know what I'm saying, God was real. You know what I'm saying? 2, I learned that life is real. You feel me? Because I would live in the fantasy. I would live in Grand Theft Auto, basically. You can do whatever you want. You can just, you know what I'm saying, shoot, you probably come back alive, whatever. I was just living a fantasy for real. But foremost, I learned that you gotta take life more serious, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody ain't gonna support you like you'll support yourself, you feel me?
Yeah. Do you feel like you getting out, that was basically like your second chance in a way?
No, definitely.
In what ways?
In spiritual ways and physical ways.
Can you kind of like go into that, like?
As in, basically it was just grace from God. You know what I'm saying? See, people think they know me, but they don't. And some folks say it's hard to figure me out. Some people think they can figure me out, but
Do you feel like now that you got your second chance, do you feel more motivated than ever with this music stuff? Like, how do you feel? We see a lot of rappers that, you know, as soon as they come out, they kind of get their big break. So, do you feel like that's the type of path that you want? Would you say?
Yeah, I do. But you know, when I stepped out, I ain't expect to just come on, go out and just go in on the music. That's why I'm just righteous to just taking my time, because I want everything to just play out smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Most good.
Do you think the system is meant to set us up for failure in a way?
It can make you or break you, one of the two. But it's up to your faith. It's up to what you believe in, and it's up to if you give up on yourself, because that's the only thing you're giving up on is yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's meant to just break you for real, but that's up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How important is loyalty to you?
Treacherous. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find somebody that's real. You know what I'm saying? So when you find somebody that's real, it's best to obtain it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, talking about loyalty, can you talk about kind of like the attitude people had towards you when they thought that you was done for? And like that's why we kind of brought up that loyalty question, because it's like we wanted to see, like, do you feel like people switched on you? Do people doubt you, or people supporting you? Like, can you kind of explain that?
Oh yeah, when I was incarcerated, they didn't think I was gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? A few women come see me just because they felt sorry, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, I kept telling them I was coming home. It was no need, you know what I'm saying? But I was hearing from the street how other people were saying I wasn't coming home, I'm finna get life, and how this and that. But I was telling them, don't believe it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm righteously being fake to myself, because I told myself I wasn't gonna kick it with them, you know what I'm saying? But that's just the love and loyalty that I got for them. But I know I still got to fall back from that, you feel me?
You feel like certain people like switched up while you was in jail? Like, I know you spent a couple years in there, like just receiving like phone calls, like anything, like people just started acting different when you got in jail, then you started hearing from people when you got out of jail?
Yeah. That's what happened. They wasn't doing nothing for me. They was just, my people were trying to get money from them and do all this to help them support me, but they was just talking, you feel me? But as soon as I hit the street, you know what I'm saying, they, oh, I was finna do this, I was finna do that. Yeah, I ain't go in one, he'll come out the other, so.
For sure. Being that you've been through like some crazy things and basically, you know, beat the odds, explain how you bounce back from your losses. Like, you know, we all go through losses, but what is your advice you would give to other people, and what is some advice you give to yourself when you was going through a tough time? Explain that, your bouncing back process.
Try a different path, you know what I'm saying? I done did all the negative things, I done did all the thuggery, I done did all this, so let's try the casual side, you feel me? Let's try to, you know what I'm saying, the most spiritual side, and the side to actually just defeat yourself, you know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. Well, let's get right into the music. I think what everyone wants to hear. Being that you an upcoming artist, what artists do you see yourself working with, whether they be local or they be global? What are some features that you would like to make happen or that are happening?
There's not too many rappers locally that I listen to, for real, I ain't gonna even lie. But globally, I like Cash Money. So I always like Young Thug, you feel me? So Young Thug, Gunna, Lil Baby, them, like that's the type of side I'm actually rocking with, you feel me? So if I listen to any type of hip hop, that's what I'm listening to. You know what I'm saying? I like weird stuff, you feel me? So that's what I'm rocking with.
So what influences would you say that your music is kind of based off? Like, what rappers coming up that you listen to that kind of like influence your style?
What influence? I like how, you know what I'm saying, they just come out with like stuff that's futuristic that people don't know about until you hear it on their song. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of stuff I like about it. It's just futuristic, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Where do you see yourself in the next 2-3 years?
I see myself on TV. Off the top.
Like BET, MTV, stuff like that.
I mean, if I be invited to the BET Awards, but other than that, Yeah. I don't doubt myself, for real.
What are 3 things you can't go without daily?
I can't go without praying. I can't go without talking to my daddy. And the third one kind of hard to think about. So.
Have you always had a strong religious background?
Not necessarily, like, I mean, I strongly grew up in it, you feel me?
Yeah.
But just believing, like, everybody gonna say they believe, but not really knowing what they believe in.
So you feel like, I feel like, basically like what you're saying, like jail in a way, like builds up your faith, like made you really believe in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else I believe. I don't know how else I survive, you know what I'm saying? Because I told myself while I was incarcerated, that was the hardest thing, like, in life. Like, there wasn't no test you can just write on a piece of paper. That was a test in your mind, you feel me? So that was hard. That was hard, like, no flex.
What is some, like, situations, like, you being in jail, like, you not knowing when you was gonna get out? Like, how did you deal with that?
I prayed, bro. You feel me? That's all I could do. Yeah. Because I'm in that mud, like, I couldn't even hold back tears, you know what I'm saying? I have to go in the cell, I'd lay down on my rack and just look at top bunk and just be like, God, I'm tripping, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I sit there, I cry a little bit, then all of a sudden, I be screaming about 10, 15 minutes, head back out there and just cheer back up, I guess. Yeah.
What is some advice you would give to your younger self?
Think. You know what I'm saying? Be more wiser than I was. I mean, I guess I wasn't wise at all. You know what I'm saying?
Who would you say that your celebrity crush is, if you got one?
Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian?
Yes.
Kim Kardashian?
Yes. She's so sexy to me, man.
Do you believe in, like, that Kardashian crush? I mean, Kardashian curse? Like,
do I believe
that they around, it just, everything start happening negative for them. Everything negative start happening.
I mean, yo, but she got enough money to just get past that shit, though. You feel me?
You got any upcoming projects on the way?
I do. I got a mixtape coming called New Hat. You know what I'm saying? That I'm working on, yeah.
How do you feel about rappers doing anything for clout? Like, we see a lot of people trading respect for attention, so can you speak on that and how you separate yourself?
They the police. That's how I feel, you feel me? I wouldn't be around it, you know what I'm saying? And I just separate myself because that's how I feel about them, you know what I'm saying?
How you feel about 6ix9ine when he was trolling everybody on Instagram?
See, I don't too much. I don't know about that dude for real. He whack.
Yeah.
Being that you was locked up and stuff, can you talk about some of the stuff like you seen that was kind of corrupted the system, like maybe even people like we don't know about, things we don't know about necessarily. Like, could you come maybe shine light to something like that's going on in the system that a lot of people don't know about, that's happening, that's either hurting or helping people? If you could elaborate on that.
It's very rare that you see people helping because there's a lot of them that's puppets. You know what I'm saying? And them people utilize them puppets to drain the other folks that's new to the system. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's very rare to find somebody that's just solid. You know what I'm saying?
Can you go into detail of like the everyday lifestyle and like things you gotta go through in jail on a daily basis?
Mind games, you know what I'm saying, temptation, you know what I'm saying, tribulation, so stuff like that. Yeah.
As far as like temptations on what?
As in thing that you're trying to change and better yourself, and it keep pressuring itself to come up against you to allows you to fall into the same thing that you done been through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can you speak on some of the things that you're working on at yourself now as an individual? Now that you out, what are some things that you have been kind of focusing on?
To be more professional, you know what I'm saying? Be more influencing, you know what I'm saying, to young folks, as it's not all about just following the crowd, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be a leader. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm influencing just this generation.
Okay, for sure. How you feel about certain rappers, you know, selling their soul? We hear a lot of like Illuminati talk and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on that?
You gotta be real life devilish to just go into something that deep, you know what I'm saying? So in order for you to just sell your soul, you gotta know somebody. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be, I don't even know what to say about that. That's deep.
Nah, for sure. Do you feel like now we see a lot of rappers getting locked up and getting shot at and killed? Do you feel like rappers are a target, would you say?
Yeah, because they make themselves a target. You know what I'm saying? When you out here flashing guns and talking about doing this and doing that, somebody gonna want to try you, because everybody want to be that man. Everybody want that name. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay, for sure. Would you consider yourself more like a kickback type dude, or are you more like on the scene, or how would you?
Chill. You know what I'm saying? I like just real shit. You know what I'm saying? I like shit that you just can chill to and vibe, that everybody would like to listen to. You know what I'm saying? White, black, Spanish, Chinese. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
But you feel like you could basically vibe with anybody in the way?
I can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just, like when I'm by myself, I just don't practice on them elements. But you know what I'm saying? If I can listen to somebody else, how they want their song to be, I can go to that level.
Yeah. So you're basically like a versatile artist in a way.
Yeah.
You do it all.
Yeah.
How would you say that you like develop as a person, like leaving like the old like lifestyle in the past, and how you feel that you're developing now?
By not falling into temptation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's some of my homeboys trying to summon up the old me that I can peep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know I gotta fall back from that before, you know what I'm saying, I allow them to summon up the old me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you feel like jail just, it basically developed like, I would say like your mental toughness in a way?
Yeah.
Just being in, to give everybody a picture, like just being in like a cell, like just, what's like on a daily basis, like you just.
It was hard because you don't know what them folks gonna do. You don't know if they gonna leave you locked down. You don't know if they gonna come in there and shake down. You don't know if they just on the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's their world, so they gonna win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Who's the, did you have like any altercations while you was in jail?
Yeah. I had a few of them, probably like 4 or 5, till I realized I needed to chill because I knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So it was a few times I fell for the tricks, but majority of the time I overcame it. You know what I'm saying?
You think it was just people like envying or like jealousy and stuff, like people trying to just make sure that you stay in jail?
Yeah, it was that, and it was also just them being puppets, playing a role.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had to do what they had to do, whether they were scared or not. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to do the time, so they gonna do what they got to do to get out of jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they got to do. You feel me? So.
Oh, you feel like it was more like people in the system putting stuff in people's ears, like to like try you in a way?
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it is, you feel me? Like, yeah. If not one of the OGs of the puppets, they gon' spit something in their ear You know what I'm saying? Just so that little mean can come and try you. You know what I'm saying? Just so the other person, like the innocent one, can get in trouble. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because no matter if you innocent or not, they ain't worried about that shit. If you in their jail, they want you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
You talk about some of the things that like go down, like as far as like the legal issues, like you were saying, like some of the like officers, they try to like get drugs, like different stuff in the jails and stuff.
It's like their incarcerations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can just hold a person for so long, but sometimes they'll overdo it. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, like they cannot have nothing. But like I said, if they want you, they want you. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna do whatever they can do illegally, legally, that they gonna do to try to just harm you, break you. You know what I'm saying? But you can't let it shake you. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta stay solid.
Yeah. Did you ever have to go to the hole while you was in jail?
I did. I went probably like 3 times. And one time, like they just made me go for nothing. And they tried to leave me in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was one guard that was getting ready to quit. You know what I'm saying? And he let me out. Yeah, they were trying to leave me in that bit. For real.
How long would you be in there? Like, is it just a day, or they do like weekly periods, or what?
Shit. Okay, first time I got to fight, I was in there 5 days. The other time, I was about to fight, I was in there like 3 days. And another time, shit, when they just threw me in that bitch, I was in there like 7 days. Yeah.
Not just for no reason, it just came.
Yeah, the 7 days was for no reason. You know what I'm saying? That's when I stopped getting in trouble. You feel me?
Yeah.
And shit, like they was planning on leaving me in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So every officer that came by, them motherfuckers was like, shit, oh man, I don't know. They go about their business. I'm like, hey, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So then one officer was like, man, I got you. I'll come back and get you. And I'm like, man, you for real, bro? He like, yo, man, I got you. Then he came back. You know what I'm saying? And then when I went to another dorm, shit, the CO came. He was like, how you get out of there? Shit, your homeboy came and got me.
Great. You could describe like the experience in there, because I know like a lot of people ain't never been to the hole for real. They ain't never did no times. I was trying to see like you describe like the experience, like as far as being in the hole. Is it really like how like movies portray to be is pitch black?
Nah, like that's some shit they do out of state probably, I don't know. But
yeah.
Down here they gon' make sure your ass don't sleep though.
Yeah.
They gonna want your ass up, and bro, I ain't gonna lie now. Like people in there actually going crazy, like losing their mind, like seeing shit, just going berserk, like a crazy house. Like for real, man. Like people in there actually done lost their mind, man. And they can't even help themselves no more just because of the hole, bro. You feel me? Like, yo.
With that being said, would you say that as humans we are our own worst enemies?
Yeah.
In what ways would you say so?
It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you how mentally strong you is. You know what I'm saying? Because in a place like the hole, for real, you can find peace. But you know, a lot of people don't want to be in there. You know what I'm saying? So they just they practice on going crazy. When you sitting there stressing yourself out, doing all that shit, hollering at the CEO, hey, give me out, bitch, and all that shit, they gonna make your time harder. They gonna leave you in there more days. They gonna keep on running you up, building more days on you. You know what I'm saying? So you rightfully just gotta chill and just find a book to read, pray if you have to. You feel me? To keep your mind stable. You know what I'm saying? And focus on something. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like, it actually is like lights and stuff like in the whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They had lights, ain't gonna lie. But it's nasty as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. To my shit, piss.
It's everywhere?
Yeah, well. Shower, barely work, cold, super cold. You don't even wanna take a shower.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For real. It was hard enough, for real.
Who are some potential artists around that you see yourself doing features with?
I can fuck with No Cap.
Okay.
Yeah. That's about the only one, you know what I'm saying? I think the nigga righteously the hardest in Alabama for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say is the influence that Doe B had on artists around Alabama?
Shit. He probably turned everybody into trappers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shit, that's basically the only thing, like either trapping or being a real nigga, you feel me?
Yeah.
But you know, it's hard for niggas to just be real, I'm assuming.
How do you feel that his death affected Alabama?
It was confusing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were blaming the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were blaming his homeboys for hanging on him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's confusing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can get at me on Instagram, man, HatBoii_Cinco, man. Even on Facebook, man, Jeremiah Marbury. You get me on Snapchat as well, Chuck Taylor's, Z at the end, man. Get me on my new mixtape coming on the way, man. New hat, it'll be out sometime, probably in July. You know what I'm saying? I'll help y'all to what's going on, man. All right.